Ooh, snap. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Star Wars Does It All. Now, if you saw the intro, as you can see, I'm doing something different. I have chopped off my hair. I know, crazy. Thought I'd try out something different, but I guess I have to change my logo now because Star Wars Does It All has like a little fro thing going on. I might have to just cut that thing off and, you know, switch it up.
What's up, baby?
What are we here for today? Today we are looking at the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2s, a nice little upgrade from my previous shoe, which was the Endorphin Speeds, because it's about time to retire those ones. And this part's coming off and, you know, you got a chunk missing here. I don't even know what the heck that's from. In comes the new guys, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2s, different than the Speeds. We'll get into all that in a second. There's a couple things about the Pros that make them different than the Speeds, but let's just admire the beauty of the shoes that we have here. Today we have the Pro 2 Reverie colorways. Two of the eyelets are a burgundy, like a wine color, and the bottom of the shoe is yellow with stripes of blue. The word reverie means pleasantly lost in one's thoughts, or like a daydream, so I feel that this has an Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe to it. I feel like the name of the shoe totally matches with the feeling of the colorway. So I really like this colorway, and I chose this one specifically because it was the last one there. No, honestly, like I really do like the colorway, and if you've watched any of my other reviews, you know that not only do I go for the type of shoe, I also like seeing what's going to match, because that's just kind of guy I am. So you're gonna notice some dirt, a little bit of dirt, and that's because I took these bad boys on a nice half marathon. Yeah, I did the Napa to Sonoma half marathon. I ran all the way from Napa, California to Sonoma, California. It was a crazy, crazy event. It was raining, it was cold, it was like 40 something degrees. You could check out the full video right here. But I think that was a good test to kind of start them off with a good 13-mile run. And I put about 30 or so miles on them since then. So this is my review for the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2s. But before we get things started, you know the spiel. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. I checked my notifications and it turns out about 83% of you guys aren't subscribed. What's up with that? What's up with that? It's free. It's free. But enough of that mumbo jumbo, let's get started. From the moment that I put the shoes on, I could tell that there was a similarity to the Endorphin Speeds, but the thing that was different was the stiffness of the shoe. Not in a bad kind of stiffness, you could just tell that these shoes are built with a different type of material on the inside. We'll get into that in about 2 to 3 minutes. Let's talk about the basics. The Endorphin Pro 2s weigh 7.5 ounces, which is extremely light for a running shoe, and a little bit lighter than the 7.8 ounces that we had with the Endorphin Speeds. Part of the reason for that is they brought back the Power Run PB. What is that? That's actually a really great question. Saucony uses this material at the bottom of their shoe that they call Power Run PB. The PB stands for polyether block amide, which is a thermoplastic elastic that offers a unique combination of low dense flexibility, small hysteresis, and it offers an excellent form of in short, you don't need to know all that. It's really soft material that's at the bottom, and it kind of looks like the Adidas Boost look to it, but PEBA is actually a lot lighter than what Adidas is offering, and that's how they get away with such a light version of the shoe. The next thing that's important to mention is the speed roll technology that Saucony offers, and this is by far my favorite thing about the company. Speed roll technology is the shape of the shoe, which you can't really tell on the outside because it takes place inside. It sets your foot up so that when you step forward, it perfectly sets your foot in a position to launch off of your toe. In basics, it's setting you up for success. I particularly remember feeling this on the beginning of the run because you start out going down a hill and then you go up this little slope and then you reach flatlands, and that's the very beginning of the Napa to Sonoma half marathon. Going up that hill and reaching the flatlands, I just felt like I was zooming past all the other runners because I just had these amazing shoes on that were just launching me forward. And that's not 100% just the speed roll technology. The other spec that I want to talk about is the carbon plate. Now the Saucony Endorphin Speed, again, great shoe. It does not have that carbon plate that I was just mentioning right now. It has what's called a nylon plate, which is a little bit softer, but still rigid enough for it to help you out throughout your run. This bad boy, however, has what's called a carbon plate. It's a carbon fiber plate on the inside of the shoe, which is a little bit more rigid. And that's what I meant by you feel the stiffness of the shoe. Now this is a good thing, because it's kind of like flinging you forward as you're going. And this is something that Nike kind of revolutionized a couple years ago with the Vaporflies. Everyone wanted the Vaporflies when they were running and they were racing because they had that carbon fiber plate that kind of just launched you forward. Well, the thing with the Nike shoes is that they're really expensive. So not everyone wanted to pay that much money for a running shoe, which would only get you 200 or so miles. Then Saucony enters the game with their own carbon fiber plate and pretty much told Nike,
look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Now this is considered a neutral shoe, which means that it's for people that supinate, or in other words, tend to roll towards the outside of their foot rather than the inside of their foot. Not sure if you're supinate, pronate, overpronate, that's fine. What I always recommend doing is recording your feet just one time in slow-mo to kind of see what your feet are doing. Doing that kind of helps you understand how your feet are moving, so you can either make the correction or find a shoe that's going to work with them. Conveniently, this shoe works for most feet, not just for those that supinate like myself. As a person with a wide foot, I can say that after running in them, they did not leave any kind of discomfort, and I think that's due to the material on the upper. Though the Endorphin Speeds, they were soft on the inside, the thing that makes this one different is I feel like the material itself is just a higher quality material, and it's more like a soft stretchy towel, which you don't really feel in the shoe because it just lines the inside of the shoe. That's what's called a gusseted tongue, which means that it's not going to fall down into your shoe while you're running, which is a major plus for me. You have a 39mm height to a 31mm height from the heel to the forefoot. That's gonna give you a 8mm heel to toe drop for the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2s. Had to bust out some math real quick, sorry. In conclusion, I can say that this is probably my all-time favorite line of shoes, and I bought these myself. This is not, it's not a paid deal, which if you want to make that a deal, Saucony, I'm all down for it because there's some really nice shoes. Some of the pros, excellent stability. I never ever felt like my shoe was rocking back and forth, or that I was too high, or that I was gonna topple over, any of that. Great height, great stability, great comfort. Basically, this is a short distance running shoe. If you're going to get a shoe that you wanna do marathons or longer in, you might wanna go for the speeds. The Endorphin Pro 2 is gonna be something that does shorter runs and also half marathons. Probably be like the cutoff. I wouldn't do anything too much past that because it's more for the sprint. That being said, if I had to pick a con, if I'm really being picky, I would say that my only problem is going to be the durability. I've racked up about 30 miles on these so far, and though they haven't become uncomfortable yet, I know that on average these shoes go for about 250 miles, whereas I got about 450 miles out of the speeds before they started to get really unbearable. I can say that honestly, I just felt faster in them, and the energy return underneath your foot is just absolutely outstanding. You can see and you can feel the difference. Whether you're a runner already or you're just getting started, this is a perfect spot for you to be, so please make sure that you guys subscribe and stay tuned on any upcoming videos. Please let me know if you have these shoes or you got these shoes after this review. What were your thoughts on them, and what did I miss? I'm always looking for feedbacks. I'll see you guys in the comments. Till next time, guys. Peace.